Okay, here we are. This is the helicopter trip into Lake Lovely Water, and you can see we're just starting to come into the Lake Lovely Water Basin. We left the Squamish Airport, maybe 2 or 3 minutes ago, and that's the creek that flows out of the lake. Coming up into sight now will be one of the mountains that borders the Lake Lovely Water, and that's a peak I've longed to summit for many years, and that's called Alpha Peak in the Tantalus Range. And now we're looking over at the Serratus Ridge, and we're at Lake Lovely Water. It's right in front of us, and the ridge is reflected in the lake. So we're just going to. The pilot is taking us around to show us some of the scenery, since it only takes a couple of minutes to get up there, and we paid a lot of money. So let's see, that's the Serratus Ridge you just looked at, and one of the surprises we're a little bit surprised to see is all the ice, little bits of ice still on the lake at the far end of the lake, which may impact on one of the trips that we had scheduled. Our plan, you can see a bunch of snow coming into the end of the lake there, just in the middle of the picture. Our plan was to canoe up to there, go up that snowfield, and then get into the two snowfields higher above and get into a col. We'll show you more as that comes in later, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. But it looks like there's openings around the edges, so maybe the ice field won't impact us, maybe it will. We'll have to see how it all works out. So this is Friday morning, about 9 o'clock or so. All right, that big flat area there, that's the Russian Army camp, and our plan was to go up one of those gullies. So there's Alpha again, and you can see Alpha. Our plan was to go up that gully that's a little bit to the left, I think, of center, and then get in onto that snowfield going to the left, or maybe just do a little bit of scrambling into the rocks to get onto that snowfield. And then we were going to go across the snowfield, do a little bit of traversing. That's the Serratus Ridge you're looking at. And as you can see, our traverse would be over a glacier, and then that little col that's just come into view, we wanted to go through that col to the other side to the Jim Haberl hut. So kind of technical, a little bit technical there. A bit more close-ups, and then just to turn around, so the helicopter's turning around now, and you can see back to the east where we came from, and some of the North Shore Mountains, and Garibaldi, whole bunches of good stuff. Looking back down at the lake, looking over at Alpha. So now we're looking at the other side, and coming around, we'll start to look at the other peaks on the other side of the lake. So there's back to the Russian Army camp, looking down upon it, looking down on the lake. And now we're looking at the Niobe, Pelops, and Iota set of mountains. You can't really distinguish from here. And if you look way in the back there, that's one of my favorites, Sky Pilot. And that little pointy one to the left is Havrich. To the left, the big round bump there now, that's Omega. We may possibly go up that one as well. Looking back at the Lake Lovely Water, if you can, we're going to be staying at that end of the lake. Don't think you can see it, but there's a little red hut at the end of the lake there. Sleeps 20, so primitively, but nonetheless. So now we're circling around back in. We're coming in for our landing. You can see again the creek that goes down from the lake. It's turning around. You can't really see the helipad yet, but you can also see, oh, there's the creek and the falls. There's great falls coming right out of the lake there, but you can't really see it. There's the little red dot there was the hut. Barely see it, and there's a little clearing that just showed up, and I'll just get one more view of it. We're coming into landing. There it is again, that one little white spot. That's where we're landing with the helicopter. And we've landed. So now we've got to take out the gear, hold on to our hats, and the helicopter's going off to pick up the next batch of people. There were 7 of us, so we went up 3 and 3. I'm sorry, there were 6 of us going up, and now he's come in and dropped off the second batch of people in gear. People are holding down the gear so it doesn't fly off into the woods. And the helicopter will be taking off and back to the airport. And that's it for our transportation into Lake Lovely Water on a beautiful Friday morning. looking over back over at Garibaldi Mountain and Park. And away goes the helicopter. And there we are. We're now at camp.